So to begin with, I'd like to point out the multiple contradictions made by our opponents in their segment. First of all, in their first speech, our opponent mentions, or their second speech, I'm sorry, worker demographics and how immigrants do not make up a majority in many areas. However, in the third speech, our opponents said that immigrants make up the burden, or make up a large part of the unskilled labor force. Secondly, they also mention how, in the second speech, immigration has done nothing but go up in the last couple of years. And yet, in the third speech, they speak nothing about how it's gone up. Instead, they're now saying how it is declining. Not only are these arguments irrelevant to the argument, they are also simply confusing and do not contribute. Secondly, they mentioned the definition of asylum. So asylum has multiple definitions. However, these immigrants are, by definition, seeking asylum. They are looking for the legal protections and legal rights that a normal US citizen would have. So the argument that they are not seeking asylum, and that is the improper word, is simply incorrect. Again, our opponents give us some projections. Projections of what? They are ungiven, so yet again, improper evidence. And our opponents also say how they increase growth. And our economy has been, and in the period which they say that they increased growth, our economy has done nothing but go up. So why are we hindering immigrants from coming up if they increase our economy? A very famous economist, Keynes, stated that the hallmark of a good economy is when people are spending money. Immigrants, they spend money, and in those communities they create jobs. So the statement that immigrants would be taking away jobs is simply incorrect according to Keynesian economic theories. It would only add to jobs. And finally, again, what does unemployment have to do with anything here? Seeing that Keynesian economic policy, having more people only goes to create more jobs. Are more jobs not good for the economy? I would think that jobs help our government. So, again, our opponents reference crime rates. Now, crime rates are simply incorrect to use here. As I've mentioned many times, the crimes that immigrants are committing are simply based off of the fact that they're immigrants. Things like illegally entering. And my opponents state how they are more likely to commit violent crimes. In fact, citing CNN on crime committed by immigrants, they are no more likely to commit violent crimes than any United States citizen. So the claim that they would be making or committing violent crimes is irrelevant. And finally, the fear of immigration, which they mention, and how it would take American jobs, is what's keeping immigrants out. Our extensive policy that hinders the immigrants from coming in. Things like how it takes 21 years to get a visa is what keeps immigrants from coming in. If we did away with these programs that hinder immigrants from entering, we would see an influx of immigration, and as demonstrated by Keynesian economy and many, many, many economists, this would only go to help our nation's economy. Thank you.